Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Michael Burks Jr. and I welcome you to my episode, Boss Talks on the Rooftop. Talk to you soon.
What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler on Boss Talks on the Rooftop, Season 8. And today I have the greatest honor of introducing my brother, my friend, Dr. Michael Burks.
Good to be here.
Hey, man, always a pleasure to have you, bro. I'm so excited to see you.
Good stuff, man. I'm excited to be here, man. Been waiting for this talk for a long time.
Man, we talk all the time, and I harass you a lot because you got a lot of knowledge, and we want to deep dive into it. So you're a doctor.
Yeah.
PhD certified.
In business, absolutely.
Upgraded. Upper echelon, one of them people.
Okay.
Pseudo intellectual.
Yes.
So before I get started,
Yeah.
any more on you, I just want to say shout out to Our Kingdom Cigars. They sponsored our cigars today. And shout out to our liquor sponsor, Murmur Rum. Make it go, murr, 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 murr.
That's what it is?
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
So we're going to deep dive into this.
Yep.
Go ahead, grab you one.
Yeah. I'll just pick one of these little small ones here. There we go.
So we're going to do a cigar toast. Shout out to Our Kingdom Cigars. We're going to light these up with our trusted Kingpin Luxury torches. You can go to kingpinluxury.com or go to our Instagram at Kingpin Luxury Cigar Access. So, Mike, now we got the business out the way.
Yeah.
Mike, can I call you Mike? Or I can call you Doctor?
You can call me Mike.
So, into this new realm that you're in, you just got into the NIL deal. Tell me what that's like.
So we partnered with 5430 Alliance, which is the NIL collective for Colorado University. Go Buffs. So what their main goal is to find corporate sponsorships and brand partnerships for all the guys throughout the student athletes, right? So we're talking about from, the football all the way down to baseball or whatever other sport there is, giving those guys opportunity to use the brand that they're building there at the university, so they can be able to do things other than what they do on the field or on the court, and opening up some business opportunities for them that they obviously wouldn't have had 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. It's amazing, man. Just to talk to some of those guys, just find out some of the aspirations they have going forward, moving forward past their sport or past college,
right,
and trying to find partnerships and things that match to what they're trying to do. Them telling us their dreams, us telling them what we'd like them to see, the partnerships that they'd like to have, and then everything that's going on from the top down, from Dion on down, is just amazing.
Absolutely. So for those of us that are out of the bubble on the NIL,
yeah,
what does the NIL actually mean? What does it do?
Right. So and before I go forward, man, big shout out to Reggie Calhoun Jr., man, who opened up the opportunity out there for 5430 Alliance, gave me the opportunity to work with those individuals, man. If you want to look them up, Reggie Calhoun Jr., man, he's a great guy. But NIL is name, image, and likeness. So for a long time, college football, for example, would use the name, image, and likeness of these athletes on the game, and they would, benefit hundreds of thousands of dollars for these athletes, even millions at the college level. Yeah, and these athletes basically put their body and their sport and everything on the line. And now they have an opportunity to use that name, image, and likeness, whatever brand that they've been able to build thus far, if not building it up, and make a substantial amount of money on it. We have guys that are making millions of dollars. There's guys that's making thousands of dollars. But the whole
making something.
They're making something, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing that we're really excited about, that they're able to make some money while they're doing the thing that they love to do most, which is what anyone should be doing, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone should have already found something that they love to do and find a way to monetize it. And now NIL has given them all the opportunity for that. So what it does, it gives you an opportunity to partner with a Coca-Cola or a Nike or even a small or medium-sized brand online, and able to use what you are able to do, whether if it's tennis, whether if it's, you know, your clothes and the way you dress and your culture and everything like that. You guys can partner up and see how you can reach more eyes over the social media or through email marketing and things of that sort, and find ways to just create a great experience for the entire.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And see, I love what you're doing because it sticks and stays true to your passion with how you help the young men in our community.
Absolutely.
What I love about you and what we connect so much on and we deep dive on is how can we help the young men in our community reach their full potential.
Yeah.
And so I love seeing your journey going from the mentorship to the motivational speaking.
Yep.
And now you're doing the NIL branding and marketing for these young men. Tell us more about how you got your start.
Wow. So I got here 15 years ago, 12 years ago, 2015, right? And when I got down here, I was in a marketing company, and someone talked to me about my communication on the training call and was like, man, listen, we'd love for you to train a little bit more. You think you could train on stage? I said, I believe I can. As long as I know what I'm speaking about and I'm passionate about, I can do it. They allowed me to train on stage for like 10 minutes. Everybody loved it. And he was like, you should pursue this a little bit more. So I went online, and at the time I had this friend online. His name is Kendall Ficklin. And Kendall was friends with Dr. Eric Thomas at the time. He was running ET. So he was running a lot of errands and going back and forth and traveling with him. So my thought in the process was, if I get close to him, I can get close to E. And it didn't work out exactly the way I wanted to, but I got the training, I got the information, and I was able to talk to E at least twice and got what I needed to move forward. And from there, my first school here was O'Banion High School, and then I went from there. And I think over the last 10 years, I've spoken at over 30 to 40 ISD schools, over 100 corporations, and I just really, now I'm focusing on young men because I believe that we just don't get the recognition, the love, support that we deserve in and outside of the home. So I've been creating opportunities for those young men probably now for the last 10 years.
Right, because it's easier to raise good men than it is to fix broken men.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so there's nothing against the men who are more mature over a certain age, right? I love working with them as well, giving them opportunities to fix and change themselves. But if we can start from the beginning, where it all starts, where the habits start, where the thinking start, where the mindset starts, I believe we can create a better future for each other. So I'm starting with those gentlemen, teaching them a framework through financial literacy, relationship management, appearance, mental and emotional awareness, and execution on a daily basis.
Absolutely. And so with that, what I heard was a habit. Teaching them habits.
Yes.
So a lot of people don't understand, like, the consistency is a habit that you created.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a bad habit or a good habit, it's the consistency of what you practice.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how will we go about educating the young men on creating good habits?
All right. So a lot of times what I tell the young men inside a classroom setting, I want you to identify first the 5 people that you're hanging around. Because most of the time your habit comes from them. Family members, cousins, some of your guys from the street, right? And I want you to identify what you don't like about them. Now, a lot of people won't say it out loud, but you have a few, at least 1 or 2 friends that when they say they're about to do something, you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. But you do it because of obligation or peer pressure, whatever the case may be. But that first thought,
loyalty, right?
Yeah, that loyalty, right? So the first thing you really say is, I really don't want to do that because I know we're gonna get in some trouble. Identify those gentlemen, write down the things that you don't like about them, the things that you don't like about yourself that you're doing, because we know, as men, we know the thing that we don't like doing. It beats us up at night. We sit down like, man, I did it again.
Right.
So write those things down. And then now what I want you to do is write down the counterpart to that. So let's say I'm always angry all the time. I let my anger get the best of me in the classroom. Okay, how can you counteract that? What's a good habit or some type of tool that you can use? So if it's anger, I want you to stop for 2 seconds, think about what if this is truly affecting me to where I need to, act out in this way. And if it's not, relax, breathe, and talk and communicate your issue with a teacher, a friend, whoever the case may be. And that I want you to keep doing that for 30 days.
Right.
And once they start doing that, it becomes a habit of theirs, man. And I've seen young men at middle school level come back to me like, man, that thing that you taught me to do, I haven't been in trouble in over 90 days. My teachers they have great things to say about me. My mom is trying to ask me why I changed. And that's why I love doing that thing right there. When a young man's like, man, I've changed my entire life.
Bro, that's powerful.
Yeah, I love it.
Powerful.
I love it.
So in your travels,
yeah,
what are the habits that help you stay successful?
Man, so for a long time growing up, I didn't see a lot of consistent execution in my household. People would always quit before it even start, or quit because it was hard, or just quit in general, man.
Right.
And I got those habits over time. I'm talking about well into my late 30s, early 40s. So there was a point in time where I was talking to a good friend of mine. His name is Paul. I'm about to say Paul George. His name is George Rice. George Rice, man. Good. Hey, man, I can't wait to talk to you again.
Yeah.
George Rice, man. He told me, give me a 10-second timeout, man. Your name at the time on social media, my name was I Am Mike Burks, right? And it meant something. The I Am meant something,
right?
And he was like, Mike, man, there's a few things about you that if you changed it, that I Am will be so powerful.
Yeah.
So we sat down and kind of talked about some of those things. So I asked him, I said, what are those things that you see? You know what I mean? As a man, I love it when another individual, especially another man, is like, hey, bro, and hold me accountable for what I'm doing. So he sat me down, talked to me about a few things I needed to change in my character. And I had a few other guys, David Shands from Sleepers for Suckers. He sat me down and taught me about some things that I was doing wrong on how I was not being accountable for some of the things I did. Eric Thomas in Atlanta, when I was helping him out with another basketball tournament, he taught me about something that I was doing that was holding me back from going forward. And I took all those things that they said, took the exact opposite, and started building a new Mike. It wasn't until 2 years ago that after I lost my mother that I had an epiphany that everything that I've done up until the point of her passing was for me to impress her. Me getting married, me getting my PhD, me writing books, all this other stuff, it was all to impress her. And I didn't have that woman to impress no more. Right. So I had to find what it looks like to impress me. So I've been changing my character, changing my surroundings, changing the people that I'm talking to and being involved with. And then I'll start building this new guy that you see over the last year and a half now.
Man, it's glorious to see the mountain of a man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
And I wanted to give you your flowers on camera and let you know, man, I've seen so much growth within the short time of watching you work. Yeah. Bro, and it's monumentous.
I appreciate it.
So that what you said is impressed me. I'm doing so much more to impress myself than I am for impressing someone else to be my why. Yeah, right.
And it's important as a man. Yeah. You have to start finding ways to impress yourself. We're not here to impress upon other people, but to impress ourselves, which would in turn give them some type of inspiration. Absolutely. And I had to learn that. I had to learn that being a man doesn't mean doing something for everyone else, but is doing for me will do for everyone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you deserve to love yourself and be impressed by it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like, not to be biblical, but like when they came to see Jesus, they were in awe of Jesus.
Absolutely.
And when he said, hey, when they asked him, hey, are you the Son of God, the one they called Jesus? And he turns and he says, I am.
I am. Yeah.
Man.
That's it.
It resonates so much.
That's the moment, right? That's the moment that when you finally can be able to say, yeah, I am. Right? Somebody walk up, you're Dr. Burks? I am.
I am.
Right?
Yeah.
And to know that the reason why they're asking that is because your reputation has preceded you ahead of time, and they want to know how they can get connected to it. That's what I'm trying to do with my entire life, is to make sure that my name is a couple of years ahead of me and already setting equity in the relationships that I already want to create from here on all forward.
Absolutely. So, have you started writing your book yet?
The second one or third one, I'm on my third book now. The first book was a personal development book, a lot of affirmations in there, ways to consume some type of positivity in your life. The next one was another personal development book, which was Intentional Mindset. It's a guide to getting deliberate success. It's kind of the stepping stone to where I am now. This next one is really about a young man in a dysfunctional home that had to build himself even in the midst of everyone around him. It's going to be my childhood. It's going to be a lot of pain, a lot of dysfunction, a lot of drug abuse, a lot of physical abuse. There's going to be a lot of stories in there, a lot of things that people don't know about me and some do know about me, and how I use those things to create the man I am today. I didn't have a father that taught me a lot of positive things.
Right.
So I had to look at him like this. I have to do the reverse of what he's doing all the time. I had a mom that loved me, but wasn't active in my life because she was busy trying to develop the relationship with the man that she loved.
Right.
So I had to fight for her love, which created later on, the impress her thing.
Right.
My sisters, our relationship is definitely brother-sister love, but there was always a separation between us because of a lot of issues over time and things that we've been through. So now I'm going to utilize my life to kind of help young men, young children, and others to understand the dysfunction in your life. You can either learn from it and grow, or you can let it happen to you and die.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times we self-destruct on our own.
Yes.
And so when you go into your motivational speaking into these schools and into these communities, and you're teaching them good habits, you're removing that self-destruct button from them.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that's a very important aspect of, hey, this self-destruct button, let's remove
dangerous.
that.
It's dangerous for you, and I talk a lot about.
And because
the people,
we build it.
Yeah.
We build it ourselves.
We build the entire structure around us. Whether if you got walls around you, you built it.
Yeah.
If you got a path to success, you built it. It's all depending on how you're doing in life, right? And so the self-destruct button that you're talking about, I kind of try and take it away because it never attaches to the dream. It always attaches to the dynamite that can destroy everything in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm trying to take away that in as many families as possible. A lot of people have vision boards. I want a car, I want this big house and all this other stuff. I don't have a vision board. I only have one thing on my board. It's help 1,000 people this year.
Man.
That's it. That's the only thing on my board. And however that comes, right, it comes. I'm not being intentional like, oh, this person right here. No, I'm just trying to be of service to as many people as possible to try and hit 1,000 people.
Right.
Right. So that's the only thing I strive for every year.
That resonates with me in a way that you're understanding that you're coming in as a servant leader.
Yeah.
Right. We're here to serve. Right. Whether it's our community, our spouse, our families, we're built on serving, and our accolades come through our acts of service.
Yeah.
And so in this life and in this span of trying to be successful or being successful, it's always based off of our service to others.
Yes. And
a lot of people, like, they're so self-serving. They don't understand, like, the more outwardly you serve, the more inwardly you're going to be filled.
Absolutely. I'm a true believer of, and I've heard it before, but I didn't understand it till later on in my life. As you get older, you start understanding things a lot better. You help enough people get what they want, you eventually get what you want, right? You hear guys like Jay-Z and all. Jay-Z said it on his song, right? How many billionaires can Jay make, right? He named them off.
Right.
But if you don't understand, before that, on a song 2 years ago, he was talking about how many millionaires in his camp. And then before that, he was talking about how many people he can make successful. He went through the levels of it, trying to bring as many people around him, right? When he talks about the bees, right? He's talking about billionaire here but let's not forget the other B, which was his wife. Right, getting people to understand, like, if I'm gonna be a billionaire, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Before anybody else, this one's gonna be one too.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So helping other people, man, to achieve a goal. I love sitting down with people and like, hey, what are you doing right now? And finding a way for me to insert my skills, my resources into helping them get further in their life. And I, a lot of times, depending on the situation, I won't ask for anything in return because I know at some point or another it will reciprocate, whether through them or through someone else.
Absolutely. And so the plans change,
Yeah.
but the goal remains the same.
Absolutely, every time.
And that's what I live by, like, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but if you have in your mind where you're trying to get to,
Yeah.
what your goal is set,
Yeah.
the plans are always going to change. You may have a plan for this, plan for that, but that may not be the path that God has set for you.
Yeah.
But He's going to give you your goal of what you want.
Man.
For
So
his
my
goal.
grandmother used to do puzzles. And I later on in life, after I started putting together these things, I found that she showed me how to reach every goal possible. She used to do puzzles. And one time I asked her at like 15 years old, asked her to do a puzzle. She said, you don't do them a lot, so I'm going to give you a small one and I want you to work on it. So she gave me, I think it was a 100-piece puzzle, which is pretty good for a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And I go in my room, I put it down, throw the box over to the side, and I start working on it. 2 weeks later, she comes to me and said, how you doing with the puzzle? I look at her and say, I'm not working on that thing. I'm 15 years old, I quit. I'm trying to go see my girlfriend, right?
Fucking quitter.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Quitter.
No one likes
early
a quitter.
early on in life. But grandma wouldn't let that happen. So she takes me in the room and so she looks down at it. She's like, this looks like your life. This looks like your room. This looks like everything that you're doing. Do you mind if I teach you something? I was like, yeah, that's fine. She said, first of all, where's your box? My box was like under a backpack, some dirty sheets, and a hoodie over here in the closet. She's like, go get the box. And I put it and set it up just like this here. And she said, first of all, how are you going to make this picture happen in front of you if you don't even know what it looks like?
Man.
That was lesson one. Always have the picture in front of you of what you're trying to achieve. If you don't have a vision of what it's supposed to look like, you can't put that puzzle together, right? And then she taught me, what I want you to do is focus on the four corners and work your way inward.
Right.
Let the picture reveal itself to you, not you trying to reveal the picture. And what I found is, in those four corners, there were things that I've learned as I go forward, what looks like this and then the picture became real to me.
Becomes clear.
Now with life, with your mind, your body, balance, and business, those are the four corners of your life. Work on those four corners and eventually your picture, what you was looking for, will come together. So if you're working on your mind, work on your mind.
Absolutely.
Start consuming things that are positive, right? If you're working on your balance, having good relationships, making sure that you're communicating with your loved ones, to your close ones, all this other thing, and giving them the time that they need so that they can experience you. If you're looking for your finances, right? All that other stuff. Learn financial literacy. Learn what it looks like to keep your money that it reacts to you and does what you want it to do instead of you doing what it needs you to do.
Right.
Because money will make you do what it wants you to do every time.
Let's see, I'm remiss. I gotta cut you off right there.
Yes, sir.
Because you said you're not a fan of vision boards, and I can attest to that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of vision boards.
Yeah.
Because what vision boards do is it clouds the goal.
Yes.
Right? Because we can sit down, have a vision board party, and do vision board. This is really a lady thing where they have vision board parties and pasting things out of magazines. Like
I've been at a couple too. Yes.
Yeah, but you're a visionary. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you alone. But back to what I was saying with the vision board. You put so many different goals on there.
Yeah.
You can't focus on one. You end up not accomplishing any.
No.
And so, like how you say, you take the puzzle piece breaks up one goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you put all those little pieces and you achieve the commonality of that goal.
Yes.
And so that's why I feel like it's so important with the illustration of what you said about putting the puzzle piece together and having a picture up front.
Yeah.
Because now you know what that one goal is and you know how to put the pieces together and you know where you're going.
Absolutely. Like, let's say if it's just a lifestyle, right? I want to be able to do this, drive that, be able to, all these other things. That's part of the bigger picture. those those things are part of the bigger picture, all come in with those 4 pieces.
Right.
If you get your money right, I can live like that.
Right.
If you get your relationships right, I can live like that because the people that I'm going to be doing it with are going to enjoy it just like I am.
Right.
If you get your business right, then it's going to take care of the finances.
Absolutely.
Right. If you get your mind right, you're never going to fall into some space where I don't want to do this no more. Your mindset is always in a positive space. All 4 of those pieces work for the greater good.
Absolutely.
You just got to know what the entire thing looks like. People, I just want a car. No, that's not the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, why did you want the car? Right. So I talk to people all the time. What is the reason why you want that car? What is the reason why you want the car? It's because when you were younger, you saw it, and it was something that you aspired to then. And you told yourself as a kid, one day I'm going to have that car.
Aston Martin dreams.
That's the Martin dream. Man,
Aston
bro,
Martin dreams.
that scene is so powerful.
Yeah.
Because the difference between that girl telling you you'll never have that and the one girl that says you got. And later on in the video, what do you see? Him driving around with her.
Yeah.
Because she saw it in him, and she saw the vision with him, and he developed that relationship with her, built the businesses, built the money, and then it was all them. That was the picture that he saw. It manifested, bro. And that's how you manifest it. You got to see it first, the entire thing, from a bird's eye view, actually.
Absolutely. So, first thing.
Yes.
How do we get a hold of your books?
How do we get on the books? You can go on Amazon and type in Intentional Mindset, and you should see a red book, me smiling. I hate that I put me on the book, but that's just how it works. I really hate promoting me. I really like promoting the idea more than anything.
Man, pop your shit.
But it's a red book, Intentional Mindset, the personal guide to deliver success. You'll see it there. Or you can go to my website at michaelburksjr.com. You know, type in the book in the search engine, and it should come in there. And yeah, that's about it, man. That's about the only 2 places you can get it from there.
All right. And second thing, how do we connect with you directly? If we want consulting, we want just to reach out and get some motivation.
Wow.
How do we connect with you?
If you have a student athlete that's looking for some marketing and NIL information, you can reach me at 1120 Ventures. So 1120, the number Ventures, VENTURES.com. Fill out the form. Let me know what your child is looking for, that we can get together there. You can also get me there for consulting, whether it be fractional COO services or business development, the same place. And if you're looking for personal coaching on a one-on-one level, trying to get you to understand your dreams, your aspirations, and trying to connect to that person that you're trying to build, michaelburksjr.com is the place to do it. Or you can go on Instagram at Michael Burks Jr. and DM me there, and we'll have a conversation, try and figure out if I can help you or if I can reach someone else that can help you. Because a lot of times I know for a fact that I may not be the one to help you, but someone in my network can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bro, I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. And guys, remember, like, subscribe, share the channel, and remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. 2 fingers.